Saint Methodius of Moravia, equal to the apostles. April 6, a Byzantine scholar and monk commissioned to evangelize the Slavic peoples in their native tongue, faces severe persecution and imprisonment for defending the use of Slavonic in worship. A heads up in the spirit of transparency. Please be advised that this content may include imprisonment, persecution. Saint Methodius, whose baptismal name was Michael, was born in the city of Thessaloniki around the year 815 AD. He came from a distinguished military family, being the eldest of 7 sons. Michael entered the service of the state, a path that led him to assume the governorship of a Slavic province within the vast Byzantine Empire. During his tenure in this administrative role, he gained proficiency in the Slavonic language, an acquisition that would later prove providential for his apostolic calling. After dedicating approximately 10 years to secular service, Michael made a profound spiritual decision. He renounced his worldly position and the honors associated with it, choosing instead to embrace the monastic life. He entered a monastery located on Mount Olympus in Bithynia, a place of ascetic endeavor. There, he dedicated himself to prayer, fasting, and the pursuit of spiritual perfection, preparing himself for the divine will that would later unfold in his life. His monastic tonsure marked a turning from the temporal to the eternal, a commitment to Christ above all earthly concerns. In the year 862, a crucial appeal reached the imperial court in Constantinople. Prince Rostislav of Great Moravia, seeking to establish enduring spiritual and cultural independence for his people, requested missionaries from the Byzantine emperor. He specifically sought individuals who could teach the Christian faith in the native language of the Slavs. Emperor Michael III and the wise patriarch Photius, discerning the spiritual needs of the Moravian people and the unique gifts of 2 brothers, chose Methodius and his younger brother Constantine, who later became known as Cyril. Both were recognized for their scholarship, their spiritual depth, and their fervent commitment to the Orthodox faith. Their selection was not merely political, but a recognition of their capacity to convey the gospel with precision and pastoral sensitivity to a new nation. Before embarking on their mission to Moravia, the brothers undertook a work of immense spiritual and cultural significance. They created the Glagolitic alphabet, a new script meticulously designed to represent the full range of sounds present in the Slavonic language. This was not merely a linguistic exercise, it was a foundational act for evangelism, enabling the direct transmission of divine revelation. With this alphabet, they began the arduous yet joyful task of translating the Holy Scriptures and the sacred liturgical books. The Gospels, the Psalter, the Epistles, and the Order of the Divine Liturgy were rendered into what is now recognized as Old Church Slavonic. This labor provided the Slavic peoples with immediate access to the Word of God and the means to participate fully in the worship of the Church, fostering a deeper understanding and personal appropriation of the Christian faith. It laid the groundwork for all future Slavic literature and spiritual expression. The brothers' practice of using the vernacular language in church services provoked strong opposition from the local Germanic, Frankish bishops. These clergy adhered to the trilingual heresy, asserting that divine worship could only be offered acceptably in Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. To defend their apostolic mission and the legitimacy of the Slavonic liturgy, Methodius and Cyril undertook a journey to Rome. There, they presented their case to Pope Adrian VI. The Pope, recognizing the pastoral wisdom and strategic importance of their work in spreading the gospel, gave his blessing to their translations. He formally authorized the use of the Slavonic language in the sacred liturgy, affirming the principle that God can be glorified in all tongues. While in Rome, Saint Cyril, having completed his earthly course and having planted the seeds of faith among the Slavs, fell ill and reposed in the Lord. His brother Methodius continued the mission. Following the repose of his brother, Methodius was consecrated by Pope Adrian II as Archbishop of Pannonia and Moravia, receiving direct jurisdiction over the Slavic peoples in those regions. This appointment was a clear affirmation of his authority and the validity of his mission. However, upon his return to Moravia, Methodius encountered severe hostility. The Frankish clergy, resentful of his authority and his use of Slavonic, arrested him. They subjected him to a synod, a tribunal that condemned his work and his person. Following this unjust judgment, Methodius was imprisoned in a German monastery. For more than 2 years, he endured severe hardship and isolation, a period of profound spiritual trial. His imprisonment was a direct consequence of his steadfast witness to the truth of vernacular worship and his commitment to the spiritual well-being of the Slavic nations. Through this suffering, he exemplified the endurance of a confessor of the faith. In the year 873, news of Methodius's unjust imprisonment reached Pope John VIII. The Pope, acting with authority, demanded Methodius's immediate release. He unequivocally reaffirmed Methodius's archiepiscopal authority and, crucially, the right to continue using the Slavonic liturgy. Thus, St. Methodius was released from his captivity and returned to Moravia. Despite the trials he had faced, he resumed his missionary work with renewed zeal and spiritual fortitude. His commitment to the spiritual enlightenment of the Slavs remained unbroken. In the final years of his earthly life, aided by 2 dedicated disciples, he completed the monumental task of translating the entire Old Testament into Slavonic, excluding only the books of Maccabees. This prodigious labor further enriched the spiritual heritage of the Slavic peoples, providing them with the full breadth of the Holy Scriptures in their own tongue. As his earthly journey drew to a close, St. Methodius, sensing the approach of his repose, designated his faithful disciple Gorazd as his successor. This act ensured the continuation of his apostolic work and the shepherding of the nascent Slavic Church. He reposed in the Lord on April 6, 885. His funeral service, a testament to his life and mission, was conducted in 3 languages, Slavonic, Greek, and Latin, symbolizing the universal nature of the Church and his work to bring diverse peoples into the unity of faith. St. Methodius is venerated alongside his brother, St. Cyril, as equal to the apostles. His life and labors established the spiritual and cultural foundation for Orthodox Christianity among the Slavic nations. Through his unwavering defense of the Slavonic liturgy and his tireless translation work, he ensured that the Slavic peoples could encounter the divine services and the Holy Scriptures in a language that spoke directly to their hearts, thereby laying the groundwork for their flourishing in the Orthodox faith for generations to come. His witness continues to inspire those who seek to bring the light of Christ to all peoples.